Alright, y'all, so we are going to talk this morning about the dark side of autism. I typically try to keep, everything light and funny and, tell you all the silly stuff that Ben does. But I think if I were to not tell you the bad side also, the other side of the autism coin, as it were, then I would be doing a disservice, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows all the time. It's not all, journey songs and reenacting movies and, wanting to run around naked all the time. There's also another side to it, and it's the struggle side. It's the side that pushes you farther than you ever thought you could be pushed without breaking. And to be completely honest, sometimes you do break, and sometimes you need a parent timeout. Cody has been in Jonesboro off and on all weekend, working on a buddy's vehicle. So that's left me and Ben. Saturday night, Riley and Audrey spent the night at the house, and Ian was there. But Sunday they all left, and Ben was relatively good Sunday. My mom had him for some time on Saturday, and she said he was pretty wild and rambunctious on Saturday. But Sunday he was fairly good. He was Ben. He was about like he always is. But then at about 6 o'clock last night, 6:30, Cody called to tell me he was on his way home. And I said, okay, be careful, because it was starting to sleet out. And I hung up the phone. And I said, Ben, Daddy's on his way home. He'll be here in a little bit. And I don't know if those were trigger words or if something snapped in his little 5-year-old brain that went, Daddy's home? Shit, I've not been bad all day. Crap, Daddy's almost home. I can't be bad when Daddy's here, because moms, we all know the kids are completely different for Daddy than they are for Mama. But it was like over that next hour that it took Cody to get home, that boy crammed like 4 months worth of demon into an hour. He had an issue all day yesterday with keeping clothes on. We didn't leave the house, so he just kind of ran around in his pull-up. But we had trouble keeping that on yesterday. He felt like he needed to be, all out for the world, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. He did at one point put a top hat on, so he was somewhat covered. And when I say he put a top hat on, I mean he alternated between where he wanted to wear the top hat. I think y'all can catch what I'm saying there. Most of the time, thankfully, he did wear it on top of his head. But he got mad at me because we have Roku remotes, and the Roku remote for the living room is the exact same one as it is for Cody and my bedroom. So for the living room, I have taken just fingernail polish, and I wrote LR on the bottom of it, because that way we know if we've lost a remote, we know for sure which one we've lost. Ben has about 600 different remotes for his bedroom, because He went through a stage where he was breaking his TV. Some not on purpose, some accidental, getting excited and throwing something and not realizing, distance wise that he was going to hit his TV and break it. And we've just accumulated all of his Roku remotes over the past almost 2 years. However, we couldn't find the remote for the living room. So I went and got the one out of our bedroom because I know it works, the one in the living room. Well, Ben saw that I had a remote and that it was not the LR remote and had a complete total come apart. Screaming, yelling, stripping his clothes off. And when he's mad and he pulls his pull-up off, he'll grab the side of it and he'll look at you. Because you know what he's fixing to do. He knows what he's fixing to do, and he's wanting your reaction. I try to keep it calm. I try to say, Benjamin, don't do it. And that in his mind means do it with flair, son. Do it with flair. Because he will strip it off with one hand. If you've ever seen Magic Mike, imagine this. He will take his pull-up with one hand and in one motion strip it off and fling it in the air. Like, Channing Tatum ripping off his tearaway pants. Well, in the midst of all that, he gets a fleece blanket and is trying to throw it on top of the ceiling fan in the living room so that he can Tarzan swing from it. Well, he got in trouble for that because ceiling fans are not made to swing from. That's not going to hold his weight. So he's mad at that. So at this point, he takes off running down the hall and proceeds to knock every absolute thing off of the hall walls. Everything. This is why I can't have glass, and this is why we can't have nice things. He knocks everything off the walls. Goes in his room, stands on what we're using as a toy box for him, but it was actually something that I used when I was a little kid. It was my grandfather's, my mom's stepdad, but he's the man that raised her. So my mom's dad. It was his army locker from World War II. It's seen some things. It's been through some things, y'all. That locker has stood the test of time. Well, last night, Benjamin promptly climbed up on top of it, stood on top of it, and peed all over his wall. I mean, it's better than when he poops and decides to finger paint. So I guess there's that positive. He then ran back into the living room, and I had a Dr. Pepper can sitting on the coffee table. He walked over, picked it up, looked me dead in the eye. And if you're familiar with autism, they're not big on eye contact. Ben is when he's doing something he's not supposed to do. He picks it up, looks at me, and the whole time I'm telling him, Benjamin Drake, don't do it. And he just slowly tips it over on its end. Luckily, it was empty, which unluckily also just served to piss him off even more. So he runs to the dining room where I have been folding laundry, and does like in the movies when they take their arm and swap it across the desk or the table and knock everything exactly like that. Clothes go flying. Runs into the bedroom, mine and Cody's bedroom. Dumps out a basket of folded laundry that I have in there that is just his. Dumps those out. At this point, I'm in the bedroom. He's knocking stuff off my bookshelf. He's knocking stuff off my walls. He's slapping at the ceiling fan. I finally get him trying to get a pull-up on him before he can pee all over Cody's, mine and Cody's bed. Trying to wrangle him in, and that's when I, made a very a rookie mistake that I know better than to do. But I got within arm's length of him without getting behind him first. There's a key to that. I was face to face with him. I got kicked in the face about 3 times. Smacked, punched. Let me tell you, when I tell you that little boy packs a punch, that little boy packs a punch. Bloodied my lip. I have bruises all over my arms, which I bruise easy anyway. The joys of being anemic, but I have bruises all over my arms and legs from his little bony feet kicking me and trying to pinch me and trying to bite me. Slapped my glasses off my face 100 times if he did it once. Finally, somewhat get him calmed down. I text Cody and I'm like, I'm done for the day. I'm tapping out. He's yours when you get home. So Cody gets home. Of course, everything's fine. Last night, go to bed. Ben gets up at about 1:30. So Mommy's up at 1:30. Ben did not go back to sleep until now, and it's 7:40, and we're on our way to take him to school, and he's snoozing hard as ever in the back seat. However, in the wee hours of this fine, lovely Monday morning, he pulls all of the cushions off the couch, stacks them up, takes our little toy knot it's not a toy knot, it's like, it's about the size of Ben. He almost can look it eye to eye. If it had eyes, that'd be weird. He puts it on top of his little wooden rocker that he has. He takes our second couch that we have in the living room and slides it across the living room, because we have hardwood floors and so things slide. He slides our coffee table all over the place. He takes a plastic, just a small little set of plastic drawers that he has had, and they have long since been taken apart, but he takes part of them because every time I try to throw something away, guess what? He gets it out of the trash if he sees it. He takes that and tries to stick it into the oven. Thankfully, the oven was not on, and he doesn't typically bother the stove at all, which is good. But for whatever reason, he thought this needed to go in the oven. It wouldn't fit. But y'all, it's been, let me tell you, I was trying to get him dressed for school this morning, only to realize that he wears AFOs and twister cables, neither of which are at the house. No clue where they are. I'm sure they're probably in Cody's car because he brought Ben home Friday night after Riley's birthday party. So I'm sure that they're in his car, or they're at my mom's house. Not really sure, but I'm gonna have to figure it out, because he is in his spare shoes today, but not any of the actual gear that he needs to keep his hips and feet aligned. So that's issue number one for me this morning, on this fine, lovely morning, going on absolutely no sleep. And I was already cranky from the exorcism of Benjamin Drake. Y'all, I'm putting his clothes on him. I'm struggling because he's not wanting to cooperate. He's trying to bite me, so I'm trying to dodge teeth and fists, and he reaches back and he smacks me and my glasses go flying again. Y'all, it's a good thing that these glasses are sturdy, because that, and I've got like 4 pair of backups. So if you see me today and I'm a little out of sorts, it's because I've had 2 days of struggle. Actually, let me rephrase. I have had about 6 months worth of struggle crammed into about 12 hours. I'm tired. I'm a little cranky. I'm a lot cranky. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a lot cranky. So y'all say a prayer for my husband, because I am not gonna be a fun person to be around later. I can tell you. I'm not really a fun person to be around on Mondays anyway. But and that's not even like, that's not even everything. That is the dark side of autism, but that is my last 12 hours in a nutshell. So I'm here to drop this wild, sweet, absolutely adorable heathen child off at school, and I feel like I should probably, like, I don't know, tag them and run, but they're great with Ben, and I'm sure I'm sure he'll have a good day today. I'm sure he's gonna have a great nap at nap time. But anyway, I'm here. It's a struggle. Like I said, pray for Cody today, because I'm over it.